Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. Today will be my first ever video and I think we should talk about something very important. Respiratory infection. So this is my friend Snakes. He's a boa constrictor, 3 years old, and he has gotten an RI. So he actually brought the snake over to me because I'm going to use this little fella with my female. But since I found out he's sick, I couldn't use him, and I have to just remove him away from my snakes immediately. And I did start some treatment by myself. But first let's go check what you can see or think of to check if your snake has it. The first thing you maybe will be noticing, heavy breathing and stuff like that. So now he's very calm, not heavy breathing anymore. All that thanks to I found the symptoms early and started some treatment before going to the vet. And you also can be noticing some bubbles from the nose or anything, and you also will like to check his mouth. So what I used to do, I take a clean cord, and I also take because we have to check inside his mouth to check if it's just like any slime or anything. So what I will do, keep the head, and then I take a cord inside of his mouth. I just twist it. That way you will be able to, it's not corrupt. Twist it just like this and you will be able to see a lot in his mouth. But since I did found out his symptoms and everything really fast, I could start some treatment at home before visiting the vet. So what you should do, you should go to the vet of course, but what you can start with at home is just find a box, drill some hole in it, put some warm water, not too warm, not too cold, and just leave him be in it for like 5 to 10 minutes. Just make sure the water doesn't get too cold. I have been up to 15 minutes and it's no problem, but just make sure the water doesn't get too cold. You also want to bump up the humidity and temperature in the enclosures, because some of the problems with him getting on respiratory infection is the humidity is too low, the temperatures can be too low. It's usually something wrong with the environment. And I did this in 3 or 4 days before a veterinarian was able to get us in. And it definitely worked a lot better than if I didn't do anything. Right now we only had one antibiotic shot before, and that was no problem. We took it like a champ with a needle. Yeah, so if you're fast enough, it's no problem to treat it. You can get rid of it really fast. I probably will say like, yeah, if from your start to you finish, probably 14 days, 2 weeks around, because you should do the antibiotics curve for around 2 weeks. If you stop too soon, it probably would get sick, but just after a couple of days he will seem like perfectly normal, everything will be okay. But if you stop then, he probably will get sick again, and then the antibiotics won't work on him. So please, if the vet tell you to do 14 days, do it. If you only tell you 7, okay, but you should listen. So it's actually a funny story about the vet here in Norway. Is we don't have a lot of people specializing in reptiles and shit like this. And of course, the veterinarian that is specialized on vets in my area, she wasn't working. She just had a new kid or something. So then we're stuck with no veterinarian who know what to do. And to get the medicine we have here, it's better. To get that, you need a veterinarian to write damn it, I forgot what it is. Yeah, but the veterinarian have to prescribe the medicine. And the vet probably he didn't know exactly where to start. So what I did write down everything from what he had, what his symptom is, what I have done to try to cure it, what he need to check, for, and everything like that. And I actually found out what type of antibiotic he should do. So that's Respiratory. You can put it in needle right inside his body, in 1/3 of a snake in the first half, or first 1/3. So you probably would be like inside here and forward. That you will put the needle. Then you just feel about the spine, and just a little bit to the side, and just put in the needle. Or you can do like I am going to do today. We are going to use the needle. We are going to use the needle and put it in his mouth, down his throat, and then inject it that way. He's probably going to hate me for this, but eventually he will going to love me. Right, Trumbo? Yeah. So I just say go for it. Let's see what's happened. Okay, so you have the medicine. Just take off whatever tape or whatever is holding it. Make sure your snake don't run away. And hopefully he won't back the phone, and it's okay. Okay, so the important part here is to just, you have to keep his head upward, because when you use this antibiotic, he's going to want to throw it out. It smells like shit, and it probably will taste like shit. So you need to get open the mouth and just put it back in there. Don't be afraid. Like that, and maybe just help him out. Just hold it, and maybe just help him a little bit. Yeah, he hates this a lot. Just hold him. You need to make sure he doesn't throw it up. Yeah. Oh, you see, he really doesn't like this. Yep, he really doesn't like this. So what you can do, you can just use one finger, slowly go through. Yeah, he's making a mess right now. Now he started to finally breathe again after holding.
Yeah. Hi.
Oh, he didn't like that at all. So this is the more easier way to do it at home. I probably could use a needle in him, but this is my first time ever treating for this, and so I feel much safer instead using this. He probably will hate me more, but it's safer for me and for a snake to do. Even though I know use the first 1/3 of the snake, get it in the muscle and shit like that, but sometimes the snake can jump forward and try and run away since you're poking me with a needle, why wouldn't he? But here is he hated me while I was doing it. He tried to throw it up, he tried to get the fuck away from me. Yeah, I understand that, but he's doing fine now. It wasn't that bad for him as he may thought, but this is actually going to help him a lot. So I'm going to do this every 48 hours. Just given the modifications, I'm using... how big is this needle? Yeah, I'm using 0.25 milliliters every 48 hours. You also can use half that size for every 24 hour, depends on your snake. If I should do this to my female boa constrictor, I probably would use the same amount just every day, since she is a lot bigger than this little guy. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this helped you a lot. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe, I will try to do more like this, so leave a comment. See you guys.